Hey, what's up, guys? Twintuitive717 here. I am back with another reading. I hope you guys are doing incredibly well. I'm going to do a divine masculine reading, and we're going to tap into why it is they may be silent, why it is they may be a little bit quieter, okay? Maybe you two had to go through some sort of necessary lesson, and now it's that separation energy, and it feels awful because you're not in communication, and you're having to trust that good old intuition. And it sucks because you would rather not have to rely on what ifs and what am I thinking and is this real? Am I feeling this? Is it their energy? Is it my energy? You know, I feel like the universe is letting you know it is time to exercise some of your spiritual gifts, and you can't do it when your masculine's up in your physical energy. Sometimes it takes that separation and the distance and the pain and the need to want to connect and the need to release and the need to forgive. And that only happens when you guys are at a distance from one another. It only happens in those chaotic moments when you feel like, oh my God, I'm going to lose them. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll heal this and I'll change this. That's what gets you guys into that, inner work and the dark night of the soul. As much as that passion feels so good when it's there, when it's not there, it hurts like hell. All right, so let's get into some of the things that your divine masculines have to work on right now or work through. And maybe the universe is providing this reading as a way for you to just give space, allow space, and trust that they'll get through it. Okay, I'm not going to take all of these, but I will take what's at the very top and what's at the very bottom of this pile. All right, masculines, what's going on? Yeah, there it is, guys. You can't make this stuff up sometimes. The cards are just so clear. That's why I love this deck, okay? So the distance, retreat, timeout, and then we have avoidance or stalemate. Now, avoidance can feel really painful as well on the journey because it does feel like major rejection, like they don't love you anymore. They could also feel the same thing, divine feminine, like you don't love them anymore. It's best that they just leave you alone or leave this alone, or they could feel like, you know what, I'm no good for you, or I know what I'm doing behind the scenes and then this is how I'm showing up for you. And then many of you might be clueless, like, how did they just disappear on me? Yeah, it's because your energy forces them into that place of awakening. Okay, so I'm seeing a divine masculine that's carrying a lot of guilt right now. Like there's something that they may not have told you, and the universe is showing them, no, you're not gonna get into anything with this divine feminine and carry secrets, or like they're being forced to take off a mask, or they're being forced to be 100% authentic with you. I feel somebody going through a lot of karma, like each time they try to have their cake and eat it too, or act dishonest or deceptive towards you, they experience some level of karma, whether that's like space between you two, or this distance, or this pause on the journey, or the time out. It's like the universe snatches you up or allows you to see things, or puts things right in your lap for you to question the journey, or maybe it makes you want to ghost or create space, and they're like, what the hell? So this is someone who's realizing in this distance and in this space between you two that they're going to have to be honest. They're going to have to be a gentleman. They're going to have to come correct with you. Okay? Like maybe divine feminines, you could be drawing these boundaries, but whether you are or you're not, you're so heavily protected that I feel like the universe is like, listen, if she's not paying attention, we're certainly paying attention. So you will do right by this divine feminine, okay? And by doing right by you, divine feminine, they're also doing right by themselves, because they are literally like healing those bad habits, those deceptive ways. They can't act that way when it comes to you, okay? I'm going to use some of the romance angels, and I'm going to peek into what feelings hit them in this separation, that they're realizing that they can't, they can't do this. I can't be this way, okay? So we have you deserve love, and I feel like this is a mirrored card because they're realizing that they can't do this to you because you're lovable, divine feminine. Okay, you're beautiful, you're soft, you're sweet, you're genuine, more genuine than anything else or anyone else they've ever experienced. And you are a reflection of the fact that they deserve true love as well. And in order to experience you, and in order to experience true love, they're going to have to treat themselves right. They're going to have to do honestly by themselves. right? They're going to have to do right by themselves. They're going to have to live in the right way. They're going to have to live clean and healthy so that they can bring that version to you. This is a masculine who's feeling the loss, like they really do feel the loss. And it's like the dark night of the soul where they're like, please, universe, just give me one more chance. That's what I feel like. They're on their knees asking for one more chance. And the universe is like, all right, you know what you got to do. Okay, and we did talk about this, I think, in one of the readings earlier on. I think in the thumbnails I would have had the health card from the numerology deck. It says health. This reminds me of that reading. Like somebody is going through some separation energy right now because like your masculines need time to heal. But before the healing can take place, they've got to take a good look at themselves. Somebody realized that they pushed you away or created this avoidance energy. Maybe you were the one who avoided them and created this stalemate, created this separation energy because of bad habits, the way that they were showing up. Maybe for a split second you made someone feel like they weren't worthy of you. And it's not that you maybe meant to do this, you know, intentionally. It's just, you know, the way you move to Divine Feminine. I feel like you create this avoidance and stalemate without saying a word. And it leaves them in a place of having to face themselves. Because it's not like you're there telling them what they need to change. You know, it's like that silence is a killer. Your silence, it makes them feel confused. Like, was it something I did? Was it something I said? And then they've got to go and dig deeper and deeper and deeper. But you're worth it is what I'm hearing, because you deserve love. This is someone who's deeply reflecting about the way that they move with you and interact with you. And, you know, if they are going about things in a deceptive way, they're realizing that they can't do that anymore. They don't want to lose you in this process. Maybe before it was a game, right? They love the adoration from you, and the energy that you ended up bringing to the table was, oh my goodness, Divine Feminine, I started dealing with you and all of a sudden I'm like a million times more attractive to women around me. What the hell is going on? Like meeting you made me this like, you know, player. I could have any woman I want in the entire world energy. It's like, how do I give this up? I love it. And then that's why they kept wanting to have their cake and eat it too, right? When they were away from you, that energy would fizzle out, right? Then they would come back towards your energy. I feel like whoever you are, you're like, no, absolutely not. And more so the universe was like, no, absolutely not. This is an earth angel. You can allow her to take you places, but what you're not going to do is steal her energy and squander it. Okay? Especially on nonsense. All right? Because I feel like a lot of your divine masculines, the universe keeps like acknowledging that they're missing the big picture here. Like, we sent you something that can make you soar like an eagle, and you're using that energy to entertain pigeons, and it's not making any sense. Okay, so let's see what else the universe is teaching them through this connection. Okay, so that passion, that passionate energy that they feel that overtakes them, or it overcomes them, it only comes from you, Divine Feminine. Okay, and a lot of the karmic energies around them as well, they know this. And that's why a lot of you are protected, because many of you know that when things feel off or the energy feels off, you always end up finding out something that makes you go into that Queen of Swords mode, protecting your energy, ghosting them like nobody's business, right? Divine Feminines, you don't move like these karmic energies. The karmic energies don't know how to cut the divine masculine off. They love the toxic energy. They love, you know, being chosen and you know, engaging in all of that outside, you know, friction. But with you, you know, your energy is meant to be sacred and protected, and it's meant to do something valuable for the divine masculines. And a lot of them are feeling that you know, that rise and that crash, that big crash right now of like the passion they once felt. Okay, I'm getting like tail between their legs, so many of them could be going into that hermit energy also. Okay, let's see what else they're learning. Why are they going into that hermit energy? Okay, so we have past life relationship. Okay, so doing right by you, because I feel like if they don't, they're realizing that cycles repeat, or they can't get past you in some way. Maybe that avoidance and stalemate energy, the distance that gets created, they're realizing that there's some kind of sacred bond or contract between you two. Everything gets seen in a sense. They might have dreamt of you from a different time, or like, you know, when you have a dream and you look around you, you know that you're in a different time period. So strange occurrences like this may be happening for your masculines at this time. Okay, and then we also have that unrequited love. Okay, the universe will come in and destroy that chemistry, especially on your side, Divine Feminine. All right, that's why many of you, nothing gets past you on the journey. This unrequited love is your superpower, okay? Because whoever your masculine is, they have strong energy just like you do, Divine Feminines, okay? The same way people are attracted to you when you walk into a room, even though you may try to walk into that room as invisible as you could possibly be, and nothing ever works. People will still stare at you. People will still be drawn to you. People will still try to speak with you, get into your energy in some way. Well, that's also magnified for your Divine Masculines, okay? The difference for them is that they're extroverted in that sense. They love it. With you, it's more of, that you need to shield it or protect it. This unrequited love, they can't stand that you're able to master it and cut things off in an instant, okay? This unrequited love, that chemistry, that passion that you give to them, instantly you're able to disconnect and cut off from it. And someone's starting to see that in this distance and in that space between you two. Okay, if they're going to come and move towards you, no other energies can be affecting their energy. Okay, and then we also have let go of control issues and allow the situation to unfold naturally. And that may be a message for you, Divine Feminine. It could be a message for the Divine Masculines as well, in terms of really addressing the distance. Okay, I'm hearing watch your steps, or tread lightly, or tread carefully, or walking on thin ice, because again, this Divine Feminine is you're lovable. There is no tampering with your energy. Okay, this unrequited love as well, I'm hearing, is like a big hit to the ego from the Divine Masculine also. Just as fast as that passion came in, you took it away. Okay, and that's what they're having to see at this time. Tread lightly is what I'm hearing with allow the situation to unfold naturally. Okay, tread lightly. Be the best version of yourself in order for it to unfold in the most natural way. Okay, so you're teaching someone to act with more integrity. There's no loopholes. There's no shortcuts. If they act out of line, the universe sees it and creates something for you to be able to see, Divine Feminine, so that you can walk away like the Queen of Swords and not look back. Okay, so yeah, did I get to this one? Oh, did I miss the chemistry card? All right, there's a strong magnetic attraction here. Yeah, we know. That's what gets him to work on the energies that keep you two at a distance or keep you two apart. Okay, no more having your cake and eating it too. And not that they even really want to, because again, the chemistry card tells me that now that you're gone, or there's a loss of your energy there whirling around in that circle, nobody else can compare or compete. Okay, Divine Feminines are I know. All right, that's what I have for you guys for this quick check-in. I love you guys. Take it easy. I'll catch you in the next one, okay? Take care, guys. Bye.